Welcome back to the channel and thank you for watching. Thank you to all of you who put your questions and comments in my consumer law thread on the community post, so watch out for those. I thought I would do this response on the sofa because, you know, comfortable. So this one in particular was in respect of Nintendo Switch, faulty controllers thereof. So I'll try to link this video to that particular comment. If you've got questions of your own, they might well find themselves into new videos. So this one in particular I thought was interesting because it's not the only time that a company has admitted a fault with a product and then taken various different approaches on how to fix it. Notably, one such case that I had to deal with was a major car manufacturer who I won't name, but there was a major recall across Europe because these vehicles were deemed to be unsafe, in that one or two of them burst into flames. Now, in that particular case, they refused, or the dealer rather, refused outright to replace or refund the vehicle, even though there was a recall on the vehicle because it was deemed to be unsatisfactory quality. Now, the same, in my view, would go for anything like the Nintendo Switch. Now, just full disclosure here, I haven't looked up whether or not there was this fault with Nintendo Switch, so I'm just taking it on the basis of the question in the comments, and hypothetically, if that is the case where a manufacturer has admitted fault with the product, these are my views on that situation. So first of all, there's a limited amount of time within which you can bring a claim for breach of contract, that is simple breach of contract. In England and Wales, that is 6 years. Now, if it's a breach of contract because the product isn't up to standard, then your overall and overarching time frame is 6 years. However, there's a shorter time frame for that, which is contained within the consumer rights legislation, the first 30 days of which being an ultimate right to reject the product, 14 days if you bought it online and you don't have to have a reason within the first 14 days. Then the next time frame is 6 months, and if a fault appears within the first 6 months, it is taken to be there at the outset. The second 6 months, the burden is reversed, and you have to prove that the defect was there at the outset. However, this is where it gets interesting, because if the company announces a recall to say, we admit and acknowledge that there is a problem with these devices, whatever that problem might be, and various different manufacturers have had to admit this over time. In my view, that initiation of a recall by the manufacturer is prima facie, on the face of it, evidence that there was a problem with that product at the point of sale or even before during the manufacturing process, so that it would lead to a defect or a problem with the product within a certain period of time within which it should be reasonable to use that product. So on the face of it, if the company has issued a recall for these products, that, again, just in my view, this is not legal advice, it's just perhaps guidance and my view reading the question, that should be reasonably sound evidence that the product just wasn't of satisfactory quality, and you should be able to get either a replacement or a refund. Strictly speaking, under consumer law in England and Wales, if it's after that first initial 30 days, then you've got the right to a repair or replacement, and failing the repair or replacement, a refund. So they get one opportunity to repair or replace, and if that fails, then you have the ultimate right to reject. Now, this doesn't just stop because you've got the end of the first 6 months or whatever. Those are consumer rights, but the argument you have is whether or not the defect was there at the beginning, which, as I say, a letter from the manufacturer saying there's a recall on this product is kind of conclusive evidence of exactly that. But obviously, in my situation with more than one client that I've had in exactly this scenario, where the value of the item is not just a few £100s, in these cases it was 50, 60, 80, 90,000 pounds for these brand new vehicles, you can understand both the dealers and the manufacturers' resistance and reluctance to refund, repair, exchange, and so on. But as I say, it makes quite conclusive evidence if the manufacturer themselves has said that this is a defect in the product, we need to recall it, to repair it, and then of course it kicks in your right to have a repair, replacement, or ultimately reject the goods. I hope that was interesting. Please do like the video and subscribe because there's many more of these to come. Thank you again for putting your comments in here. I look forward to answering many more of them. In the meantime, thank you for watching.